start to do webcasting.
Yeah.
And also, we also have a function called lecture capturing, which I don't think is used here as well, because we have a integration with lecture capturing such that we can use the lecture capture platform to schedule recording as well.
So you capture the slides, the lecturer,
yes,
whatever that he speaks, combine them into a video.
Okay. These are more applicable in schools like polytechnics or even higher ed universities where the students are more flexible in a way of whether to attend or to attend from home. Right? So these are the functionalities that we can have within the same box itself.
Okay.
All right. And after this, we're going to show you about how we can expand the system even bigger. All right. Just now you mentioned that you have a specific room in your premise that you have sits in groups, right?
Yeah, correct.
So we can also, from the same station, same box itself, to expand into whatever we've built in this room here as well. So this is what we call as a matrix. So with matrix function that runs on the same master box itself, I can also call up a second page. So this second page is actually a graphics image that is designed to replicate your room layout. So for example, I have one on my left, one screen on my right. So these are my left screen, my right screen. These are my master station that shows the screen 1, screen 2. So we get a preview of what is currently shown here, right? At the same time, we have a back screen that shows a receiver. So that receiver is actually acting as my confidence monitor, right? So if I want to see what is currently going on, I can just press a button here. I get a preview snapshot of the current content shown. Okay, so I have 4 windows there. The video is running at the back of you, and then we have 1 window running as a video. Okay? Yeah. If you find that this is too small, I can just turn off. I can just touch and hold the station like that. Okay. So the lecturer or the teacher will get a preview of the current station. So what we can do now is that I can now also disable my mirror mode by going back here. I stop mirroring, and maybe I push up one content up there, right? So with that, I go back to my control page. Now, by just pressing either this or this button here, I can share the same content to all the stations. So here, I just press the green one, and I share. See, the content is all shown there. So this is where the teacher and now the students collaborate. Right? And this is very widely used in higher education institution, right? Because the way they are teaching now in university or polytechnics, the students are more engaged during teaching as well. You know, the idea of this station here is that the students can sit in groups. So as you can see, the students can have like 5 or 6 person in the group, and they have their own table and chairs. They have their own screen. So with that screen, we can actually add on one more box here. Okay. So these stations here are relevant to the master station as a slave station. Right. So I can always alternate between those screens by sharing the content over here. So the 2 windows will get shared to this station here. So I'm alternating to share between these 2 windows or this single window, okay, by just controlling the screen here. Right, I can go back and switch back, or I can go back to my main page to create shortcuts right there. So left of the screen, right of the screen, I can create shortcuts. I can send the same relevant content to the station there. Now we have a functionality that nobody has, which we can do collaboration. Sorry, I can just touch the screen here. Okay, you can touch a pen. Now as I write, all right, the students can also be writing here on their own station. And this is what we call as a collaborative learning teaching. So this is what we are doing as a collaboration now.
So like what you mentioned, relinquishing the control to any of the screens such that it can be mirrored in the rest.
So what this means is that the teacher will share content to the students. And with that content shared, we can now discuss and write over it. Again, I'm not sure how well this secondary school will use, but in university or polytechnics, they'll be
Yeah,
using
it
this
works
quite
very
often.
well.
Yes. So the teacher can actually write and explain about the topic, and the students can also relate and feedback whatever. Now, if I find any student group is having some ping pong, I can just disable them. So if I disable any of these stations here, they no longer can write because the bar will drop. See on the left, bar will drop. Okay, so everything is designed straight away when you power up the unit itself. Whether they want to use a matrix or not is an option. So what we call here is a matrix, right? But within the station itself, the composer here, this is what I meant by composer. This composer here is designed to be just being used by the station. So if you don't have such group here, you don't need the matrix. Yeah.
Yeah, got it.
So within the matrix itself, we can even do more because what I've shown you is just one way of sharing, but I can also push stop share. Okay. I can also push this station back of me to be on the front screen. Likewise, I can push here to be on my front screen. So whatever is shown there on the student group, I can push out to show to the main screen. So it's a two-way of sharing, right? It's bi-directional, so it can be very flexible enough. Yes.
So it doesn't really matter what box or what.
It does matter in terms of the model you use. Right, so we came out to, just now you see the series of the models, right? Pure Mini Upway.
Yeah.
So for the matrix to work, you have to use the master with a SANET probe.
Okay.
Right.
Then the slaves.
So slave can be this core probe, or it can be the SANET probe.
Okay, got it. So the mini all cannot,
They're not part of
because they
it.
don't have that mirroring function. Okay.
So again, depending on your application, depending on the budget, you can choose to use any of these models up to the highest probe. Again, it depends on your room setup as well.
Yeah.
Whether you just need to have a wireless share for AirPlay for Miracast, it's the most basic entry one.
Yeah.
Okay, we have the Pure Mini. If you need to something to write as well, then we have the Pure. Right. If you need to do web conferencing upwards, you can use the Pure Pro, or you can use this.
Okay.
And this is
Everything in now.
perfect for the dual screen.
Okay. I think we have gotten enough information already.
So it's a lot of functionalities within the same box itself.
Yeah.
And to run matrix itself is from the same box is also an added function. So with that, how much do you think the box will cost? Just a guess. Just a guess.
10,000 at least.
Sorry?
10,000.
10K and above.
For that box, yeah, you're about right.
Sounds about right lah.
For the function itself.
Remember, the same box, one box can do a lot of things.
Yeah.
So you are not able, you don't need any other external boxes.
But the purchase of this box comes together with cabling and everything lah. Or it's just
So you still need somebody to install.
yeah.
But based on your setup here, if it's just two screen, it's not very difficult. You need an integrator to help install the cabling.
Okay. But that's a separate cost altogether.
Correct. So for example, like they have provided all this integration service, right? Then they buy the products from us, and they will help to integrate as a system in your premise.
Do you have a budget for the room that you are looking to propose? The boss asked me to suggest a budget lah. Like I say, it's an open book, but of course we cannot be over the top lah, right? I'm thinking next year. I mean, I'm asking for 20,000, 25,000 for a start. But like I said, it's year
For one room,
just one room. Yeah, because that will be our playroom lah, right? We can do anything we want to.
Correct.
Yeah, and it's a year-on-year kind of integration, you see. So if we don't like something, we remove, we add on something else. Until we are happy, then we roll out. Yeah, like I mentioned in the right at the beginning, the rolling out is also by level. So we will target the Sec 1s first. So next year, Dragon year, right? We're gonna get a lot of Sec 1 students. So ideally we leave an impression on them.
Okay.
Also part of school branding lah. Then we hope.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? You pass the message on to their parents.
Correct.
Parents say, wow, this good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you are a bit strategic that way lah. Yeah, so if we want to roll out Sec 1 classrooms first.
My suggestion, based on what I've done before with a lot of schools,
Yeah.
choose one of your teachers who is willing to journey with you on this.
In fact,
So
we
that,
want to choose one teacher from every department
Okay. Yeah.
so that we can get a sense of how they use the room. Yeah. And
Because it really depends on how they want to deliver the class.
Mm.
Sometimes they may need to change the way they want to teach, and that requires some tweak in terms of the
lesson
activities they
planning
can
lah.
choose
Yeah.
to actually use such a type of facilitation. Yeah. So I've done this before. I mean, one of them is I've done this with RGS before,
Yeah. Okay.
right? When we are looking at all this, so we chose a math teacher, right? Because there are certain ways how they can actually choose in terms of the activity they conduct within the groups.
Right.
So I think that helps in terms of driving how the teachers can then see the possibility of using this, and then the adoption comes. Because then the teachers can help tell other teachers how it can.
Yes. Actually, that's what we want.
See, one of the things I want to mention here is that, talking about this same setup here,
Yeah.
if you find that, okay, having a pointer here can be quite a hassle, especially with the students in those age group.
Right.
So what we can do is that we don't need this panel at all. Whatever we can control out of this panel, you can do it on the iPad itself. So the teacher now can just roam about within the classrooms to teach.
Yeah.
And he can yet still control the screens. Right. Because I also believe that when you put up this to the students will actually come in and just play with it and then may actually spoil it as well.
The more expensive equipment we put into the room, the more we need to.
Right.
We need to put card access.
So we have to think about all these possibilities.
Yeah.
Yes. Right.
So long term, we want every classroom to look like that.
Like this box itself, when we install into polytechnics,
Yeah.
we actually have this Kensington block.
Yeah.
So this box itself is actually mounted behind the screen so that the students will not be able to see it. But if the students want to remove the box, it's not possible because the whole box is locked
Locked
to the bracket.
I
So
thought you
these
want-
are things that we have done.
I thought you wanted to suggest to put a cage over the box.
Some schools,
Oh, okay.
the projectors are inside the cage.
Yeah. Yeah.
So these are some detailed information that we can share instead. Every of these blocks, even the small ones, they have Kensington lock here.
Mm. Oh, that'd be perfect.
Right. So you have to install a Kensington lock. Because you never know the students what they will do, right?
Generally, our students, they are not so.
No, I'm not criticizing the students, but
No,
this
our
may-
school profile is a bit strange. You would think that the students should go and kacau this, right? No, they don't have time for this. They would rather just go to the canteen, sit down and play Mobile Legends. They won't be bothered with this. When we had all these screens, we were also quite worried, right? They might write, okay, so far okay, they don't do anything to it.
Okay.
But also because there's a strong deterrence lah. Every single classroom we have CCTV.
Oh.
Yeah, some schools don't have, but ours we have. Even corridor, so they know they will get caught, so they don't do it. Yeah.
Oh, it's good, lah. It's
Yeah,
good.
so it's good. Yeah, we won't have this problem.
So my point here is that the teacher can choose to be roaming about with the iPad.
Yeah.
Because the UI can be still seen from the iPad itself if we don't.
Okay. Thank you so much. I think we have gotten enough information. We just need to see whether there's a possibility to integrate into what we have.
Yeah, correct.
So like we mentioned at the start, I think one of the key thing is screen mirroring, cable management. That will solve number one. Number two, if we can have whiteboarding, it'll be great. Actually, the native TV already has already.
Yes.
Yeah, so we are actually looking, Omar and I, we are looking at hands-free annotation. So we are looking at things like having a, what you call it? Could be a Wacom pad, could be something like that I'm using, I don't know whether you know Mimeo pad.
Mimeo, yeah.
Box light. Yeah, that allows me to walk around the classroom and annotate. So if I can annotate on the screen and it shows everywhere, it'd be great. Because I'm not confined to the front.
Yeah.
Yeah, so one complaint that the students have is when the teacher is writing, right? Because it's single screen, right? Although it's 75-inch, block. By the time the teachers finish explaining, right, the students are lost because can't see what the teachers are writing.
Oh.
Yeah, so now in this modern classroom concept, we are trying to integrate both this screen and the projector that we already have. So we will just just change out the projector, right? Then we will make the screen projection slightly bigger lah, if we can find lah. Right, so we have a dual screen, so the teacher can be writing, but the other screen can project. Or we can have a solution whereby the teacher can roam around.
Yeah.
Yeah, so these are some of the basic stuff that we are starting on lah. This is way advanced, which is great. But I think moving on, maybe the meeting rooms we can do this lah for staff meeting. I think it would be good. Yeah. So for a start, probably if we were to adopt, I'll be thinking.
These are more for like single screen setup, right?
Yeah.
Depending on the model. Again, within the model, it depends on what kind of requirement you need. Yeah.
I think
But these are all single.
the second level would be great. Is it?
And then pure, is it?
The pure,
Yeah,
just
pure
in front of
boarding,
yeah.
yeah.
As a pilot. Yeah, I think that would be a good start.
At least solve the main issue, which is the wiring issue.
Yeah, we
will
also
arrange
need to
issues.
solve that
The
number one.
seamless transmission.
Yeah, because
What they want.
when we buy, if we decide to roll out every single teacher having that set, that transmitter receiver, I tell you what will happen. One of them will get lost.
Definitely.
You see, teachers will leave the receiver there, bring the transmitter, then after go back lost. Student take out throw. You know,
Yes, correct.
then we will incur more cost lah. Now the cost that we are incurring is the HDMI wire, right? You know how much wire we are discarding or not? It's crazy. It's really crazy. Yeah, if you
All
don't go
misuse.
to the room and have a look,
We can understand.
you never imagine wow, the whole year how much damage.
Reached to a point when I learned to
Yeah, he wanted to
recycle
repair,
the
no.
HDMI cable because too many already.
Oh.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, so we want to solve some of the issues on hand first lah. This is way advanced for us, which is great lah, but we will slowly adopt lah.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Yeah, I think it's always good to go at a starting point that you are comfortable and slowly go. Because it goes back to how much the teachers can adopt.
Yes.
So that to me is really the key. Right?
MOE has already warned us lah. Teacher readiness is the number one key failure point for a lot of adoption for EdTech. So be very careful not to overspend.
Yeah. So the good thing is, I think we already have a lot of schools that are really using, right? Overseas as well. So if you need to have case studies, or even you need to talk to someone, you can try to link.
Excuse me.
Is there a possibility whereby we can loan out one set just to test it out in our school before we
Yeah.
commit to it?
Sure.
Because I think we need to bring it down to the ground and test first lah.
Actually, when I was just thinking about you explaining to Gary and Desmond about this, I was just thinking for this room that you are planning to have this free play room, in a way, are you still thinking get a mobile stand with one touchscreen monitor and then just do a shelf like that, or are you thinking of like just now when you said that you have two screens and one projector and you want to redesign it, maybe have two screens like that in this room, but then it will be fixed. Is it like that, or for this prototype first, or you want to fall back on what you're doing now, which is probably 10 trolleys moving around with one of the small box below that trolley? Because the concept is different.
The thing is, it is supposed to be a normal classroom. Whatever technology you put it is still gonna be a normal classroom.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be a special room.
We are not thinking of a special room.
Yeah.
This room is meant to trial what the future classroom will look like in Broderick.
Just that we're gonna break the concept of the regimental classroom where it's 4x4 table
Yeah.
facing one direction.
Just now when you mentioned there are two screens in front, does it mean that this
One
class?
of the screens will be
The
okay. So
projector.
so this is the whiteboard, right? In front of the whiteboard, there's a screen, right?
Yes.
That's the normal way, right? Then we have another TV that's at the corner right now.
Oh.
So because of space constraint and wires, right, we want to remove the mobile stand and mount the TV onto the concrete wall itself. We'll remove one of the notice board that's in front next to the whiteboard. So that allows swiveling, that allows the teacher to write. So we'll use the HDMI out from that TV to the patch panel that we already have. So if let's say we were to replace that, then of course we get a brand new projector that's bright and clear, right? So that allows us to have two screens. So at the moment what is happening is because when we put it in the corner, the reason why we do that is because of the glare. Because our classroom both sides quite bright lah. So we push it right to the corner behind the teacher's table, you can imagine, to help cut down that glare. But the screen, the screen size, right, is actually the same as the projection size of the projector. But because of the brightness of the screen itself, right, at maximum brightness, sometimes the students at the back can't really see lah. Yeah, because of the maximum brightness of the panel. So one common complaint is the student always stand up. Then they always say, cannot see, cannot see. Teachers get very frustrated lah. Then why cannot see? Then they walk to the back and say, can what? So that frustrates the teacher. So they always give us feedback by saying, can you all buy bigger screens? But you see, the problem is not buying a bigger screen, but more of adjusting your PowerPoint slides to make the wordings bigger or less cluttered. But teachers just want to stick to their old PowerPoints. If you get what I mean lah, they're so used right to using their PowerPoints. Every time they change, they were like, no lah, why should I change? You all should buy a bigger screen. So they want to go for a quick fix lah. So we are trying to circumvent that by using the existing projector that we have. So I discussed with Omar lah. We use 2 screens mirroring each other lah. So that's the idea behind the setup that we want to have. This is just very basic stuff lah. We're just trying to solve the immediate issues on hand first before we think about how we can add more screens or whatever lah.
I think that's I think the good approach. At least once you gain confidence and you get a buy-in, then it's easier for you to go to the next
Because
step.
the basic needs of the teachers are not met. You tell them, hey, come.
Nothing sexy will sound sexy.
Because they'll tell you, I tell you the things you never even solve. So we want to solve that first before we move on lah. So it will be a journey lah. I would say this room will be a journey. And the vice principal already said, yesterday I went to meet him, I asked him for a budget. He said, up to you lah. Then I'm like, you must be prudent lah. Like, okay. He said, let your imagination go wild. So he wants us to go and see as many schools as possible. And
I suggest you go to CSST as well.
we need to have a link up.
So I can link through you. I can link you up with.
Because the other schools we have to go through MOE.
Oh, okay.
I think it's called Learning Environment
But the other
Office.
schools you said just now, you mentioned 3 schools, Montfort, something.
Montfort, Fuqua, and I think Christchurch.
What are they using? What platform?
They have not told us yet.
Okay, I asked them over the phone, right? The officer just told me, it's best you go down and see lah. It's very hard for me to explain to you.
For me, when I look at it, when I first heard about Synap, I didn't know too much about it. Maybe it's just like any other transmitter receiver here and there, But when I first saw it and I see the big difference is that the hardware, the footprint at every classroom is so much lesser. I go into schools, they say it's a smart classroom, but when I go out there, I see transmitter, all the big chunk of cable coming to the front. Although nobody needs to touch it, but what if something goes wrong? Who knows which cable to touch?
You see, so
it's just transmitting receiver, just
I like the idea of having a box lah.
Yeah.
I like the
It's clean.
environment,
Yes.
Yeah.
It is, yes. And you can hide it out of sight.
Yes.
Right.
So normally it's just behind the.
So the user just needs to turn on.
Yes.
Ready to go. That is the best. Nothing else. Then we don't have to spend extra costs.
I think at the teacher level, that is what you want. But for me, what you have, this one is something that we could use on special classroom. For example, like I say like if every classroom is equipped with the receiver, right? Then from the general office we can put emergency fire drill. Then we can push down from the main system to every classroom.
Push down.
Yeah, to all the
So it's possible lah.
You can do the push down as well.
So if let's say fire drill
And
starts in 5
that is a
minutes,
very strong value proposition for us.
fire drill starts in 5 minutes, so the PE say, hey, that warn all the teachers don't later fire drill the bell ring already, then this one's still teaching, so you can prompt it out to their
Stop
screens first.
the thing.
You will just disrupt their presentation first, and then come out with a message actually, other schools like US are crazy one, all the guns,
Yeah.
They can even say lock down the class right now because there's a shooter in the something like that. You can do that.
Okay.
In fact, our international schools that I serve, they actually require this kind of function where straight away the GO inject in the crisis message to say active shooter in the school, lock down the classroom, and then go into whatever training mode that they are inside. So everybody will be doing the same. It's a broadcast message.
Or like for the most basic national anthem in the morning, just push out the flag, then with the morning assembly.
System in the hallway.
Sounds good.
I think
How
for
much
a
is
teacher to
the
control
smallest
this one
box? I mean the second
is a bit
level
too
box.
far-fetched. I think
Something that we might
price started off about
Yeah.
slightly just over $1,000.
Okay.
Pay up to just now like $10,000.
So the second
So
level,
the second level is about, I think, slightly over 2,000.
slightly over 2,000.
Sing dollars. We're talking about Sing dollars.
You're talking about the second level, right? That's that mini box. The one that is one level up, the mini pro.
This one? Or this one?
The most basic one
This
is
is the pure pro.
Yeah, I think this is the one that.
So this is the pure pro, right? And the pure mini and the pure is the same chassis,
Mhm.
right? It's just different features. So this is the pure, and the pure mini looks the same as well.
So this is starts from 1,000.
So there's one which is the pure mini.
Mm.
Looks like this.
Yeah.
That's just over $1,000.
Okay.
This is 2,000 over dollars.
Okay.
This one I think is about 3,000.
Okay. Warranty wise.
Warranty standard 3 years. You can buy upfront 5 years. There's an option. Yeah, but typically, honestly, they can use for 5 years lah. So I would suggest you go for 5 years.
Just in case.
Yeah. So I think the good thing for most of our products, because except for this and this, the rest we actually manufacture ourselves from Austria. We have a manufacturing plant, right? Yeah. So this is actually, I mean, it's from China, right? So we actually install our own software on it. So this is the same. You can tell this is Intel NUC, right? Yeah. So we actually got this, and then we install our own software. But the rest, we actually fully assemble and develop ourselves.
So this cost that we are paying is more for the software.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So hardware you can get anywhere, but the software is something that we cannot get.
Actually, it's
Uh,
very powerful.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
powerful,
It's
right?
very powerful. The two-way control is very powerful.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people can do this.
Yeah. So all our products come from Australia. We have a storage room that we actually have inventory for.
Okay.
Yeah. So that helps in terms of once you have the POA stock ready here.
So I think now is we need to trial this in our own school environment. So Omar and I we have to do some intensive testing lah. Then we have to show our boss
Yeah.
before we can put in a budget for this.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Money wise, actually we do have lah.
Yeah.
Honestly, we have, but he will always ask for justification, and he wants to see it for himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you tell him that this is $1,000, he will just look at you and
What does it mean?
yeah, he must be convinced. Then he will just say roll out. So he is a man. He wants to see that it works.
Yeah.
He's a practical man. He just, you can tell him all the bells and whistles. He wants to see for himself whether it's usable or not.
But for the hall, he's willing to just put down the money, right? Yeah, because he sees value in it lah. Yeah. We work with Bertrand, our school hall lah.
They switched their hall to a better control system, Extron.
Okay.
Yeah, you know how many schools can afford Extron?
Yeah.
The P is willing to. He's a tech guy, that's why. He's almost
To him, as long as it works and it is worth value for money, he will go for it. Yeah, no matter what you say, he doesn't care. Just say, does it work? Work, can go. It meets my requirement, go. Yeah. So if you can arrange for a trial set, then we can do it.
Yeah.
Sure.
But I think the returning part we'll just drop it off. Is it okay with you all?
Man, I can.
Okay. Yeah, so we work with Bertrand lah.
Yeah. So nearby only.
Because later in the month we will be seeing you again lah.
20 something, right? Yeah.
Installing screens in our hall lah. Yeah. Okay lor. Thank you so much.
No wrong. Hey, thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Thanks,
Maybe some other
I mean,
schools, we'll find that time to come to Malaysia place for demo. For all the very few.
I'm sure if he's here,